Stay with me. I'll explain the real reasons and the root causes of the problems in a scientific way, and at the end, I'll give you the real and correct solution. Please stay with me until the end. I'll explain everything clearly and give you the solution to your problem. First, let's start talking about the HPA axis, which is the axis that connects three glands: the hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenals, which release three main hormones: CRH, ACTH, and cortisol. The activity of this axis increases whenever you're exposed to external stressors. For example, when someone scares or worries you, when you hear bad news, get shocked, have obsessive thoughts, or face work, study, or life pressures. When you're exposed to any external stressor, the hypothalamus releases the hormone CRH, corticotropin-releasing hormone, which signals the pituitary gland to release ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Finally, ACTH signals the adrenal glands to release cortisol, and cortisol in turn triggers the release of neurotransmitters adrenaline and noradrenaline. All of this happens within fractions of a second, as a rapid and automatic response. Cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline are the main causes behind all the symptoms and problems you're currently experiencing. Now let me explain why. First, you must understand that the activation of this axis is important and normal for everyone. It helps you deal with anxiety triggers and external stressors, so you can react appropriately in each situation. But once the external stressor, the cause of your worry or tension, disappears, it's natural for the axis activity to decrease and return to its normal level. As you can see here, cortisol gives a negative feedback to the previous hormones, signaling them to stop secretion, and as a result, cortisol levels also decrease. However, as I mentioned, cortisol also gives a positive feedback to stimulate the release of adrenaline and noradrenaline, which then give a positive feedback to increase the activity of CRH and ACTH. These hormones again stimulate more cortisol release, creating a loop, and here lies the problem. This loop causes many people to stay in a state of constant activation, becoming trapped in a closed cycle. The reason is that adrenaline and noradrenaline stop their activity through another mechanism. As a result, the nervous system shifts its function from the parasympathetic nervous system to the sympathetic nervous system, keeping you in a constant state of anxiety, tension, fear, insomnia, headaches, overthinking, rapid heartbeat, irritable bowel, bloating, digestive issues, poor appetite, low energy levels, and hormonal imbalances in both men and women, affecting relationship health, fertility, and many other symptoms. The main reason that keeps adrenaline and noradrenaline levels high is an imbalance in the neurotransmitters responsible for calmness, stability, and relaxation, such as acetylcholine, GABA, serotonin, and glycine receptors. This imbalance occurs either due to 1. A decrease in the levels of these neurotransmitters in the body, or 2. A decrease in their activity, even if their levels are normal, due to receptor inactivity. Let's start with low levels or low storage of neurotransmitters. This happens because of reduced activity of the enzymes hydroxylase and decarboxylase, and a deficiency of the essential cofactors and components needed for neurotransmitter synthesis inside the body, such as pyridoxal phosphate, 5-HTP choline, flavin mononucleotide, and others. A deficiency in even one of these components leads to poor neurotransmitter synthesis and production, causing low levels. Each neurotransmitter requires specific cofactors and nutrients for its production. Now, when neurotransmitter levels are good but they don't function properly, this is due to oxidative stress in the body, caused by reduced activity of antioxidant enzymes like superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione peroxidase, and other essential factors such as taurine and CoQ10. There are also other factors that can cause neurotransmitter imbalance, such as elevated glutamate and homocysteine, and the dysregulation of enzymes like monoamine oxidase, MAO, and catechol-O-methyltransferase, COMT, which play major roles in neurotransmitter regulation inside the body. But we won't go into more detail so the explanation doesn't get too long. Now you'll ask, what's the solution? The solution is my scientifically designed program, NeuroCore Axis, a 100% natural and safe program that treats the imbalance from its roots and restores chemical and neurological balance naturally and safely. The program is personalized, varying from one person to another, with adjustments based on each individual's symptoms and condition. The program includes a treatment plan that I send to you in a professional format. Guidance on nutritional supplements, which are precise biological components that your body uses naturally, sold under their scientific names. The most important part of the program is the correct sequence and order. Every supplement is connected to the one before and after it. This took me a long time to arrange properly, as it's related to the biochemistry of enzymes and cells in the body. Even a small change can make a big difference. A precise nutrition plan that complements the supplement program. I've provided all sources for where to purchase the supplements and listed the brands you should choose. You must follow the brands I specified, as they were carefully selected for their quality and effectiveness. For each supplement, I suggested multiple brands to ensure you can find all components of the program. I also included all recommendations and guidance on how to follow the program in detail. The price of the program is $275, which is nothing compared to the thousands of dollars I've invested in research and personal experience. In addition, I also provide private consultations and customized programs for various health concerns, including beauty and skin health, weight loss, bone and joint health, reproductive health, and many other conditions. For more details, feel free to contact us. You are always welcome.